The fluorescent lights buzzed like angry hornets overhead as my boss, Harlan, leaned back in his leather chair. His fingers steepled like a man delivering divine judgment. 11 years, huh? That's a good run, but I've found someone better. Younger, sharper. You understand. Business is business. His words slammed into me like a fist to the gut, the air thickening with a stale scent of coffee and printer ink in his corner office. My hands trembled on the armrests, knuckles whitening as humiliation burned through my veins, hot and unrelenting. 11 years of late nights, skipped vacations, ideas I'd handed him on silver platters, now discarded like yesterday's trash. I wanted to scream, to shatter the glass wall behind him with my rage, but instead I sat frozen, heartbeat thundering in my ears. As I stumbled out of the building, the winter wind whipped through my coat like icy knives, mirroring the stab of betrayal in my chest. Harlan's smirk replayed in my mind, the way his eyes gleamed with smug satisfaction, as if erasing me was just another box checked on his to-do list. Heartbreak clawed at me. This wasn't just a job, it was my life, woven into the fabric of Apex Dynamics, where I'd risen from intern to senior analyst, only to be shoved aside for some fresh-faced kid who'd probably kiss up better. Resentment festered like an open wound. How many times had I covered for his mistakes? The quarterly report he'd botched last year. I'd fixed it overnight, no credit given. Now this obsession took root as I paced my cramped apartment, the walls closing in with a musty smell of unwashed laundry and regret. I imagined his downfall, a public firing, his reputation in tatters. But fantasies curdled into doubt. What if I was the problem? Too loyal, too naive. That night, sleep evaded me, the city's distant sirens mocking my turmoil. I scrolled through old emails, each one a reminder of my sacrifices, fueling a cold resolve that scared me. Guilt flickered. Harlan had a family, didn't he? A wife who'd baked cookies for the office Christmas party, kids in private school. But betrayal like this demanded reckoning. My phone buzzed at 2 a.m., jolting me upright. Unknown number. Hello. My voice cracked, raw from silent sobs. Ms. Reyes. This is Victor Lang, CEO of Apex. Harlan's boss. His tone was clipped, professional, but laced with urgency. The line crackled faintly, amplifying the suspense in the pause. I need to speak with you confidentially. Harlan's been careless. There are irregularities in the accounts you've handled. Meet me tomorrow at the downtown cafe. 8 a.m. sharp. He hung up before I could respond, leaving me staring at the screen, pulse racing. Irregularities. My mind spun. Had Harlan pinned something on me? Or was this a crack in his armor? Denial warred with hope. Part of me wanted to run, to forget, but resentment whispered otherwise. This could be my chance. The next morning, the cafe hummed with the clatter of espresso machines and murmured conversations, the aroma of fresh pastries cloying against my nausea. Victor arrived in a tailored suit, his silver hair impeccable, but shadows under his eyes betrayed fatigue. We sat in a corner booth, the vinyl seat sticky under my palms. Harlan fired you yesterday, he said flatly, stirring his black coffee. But I suspect it's to cover his tracks. You've been signing off on reports. Did you notice anything off? His gaze pierced me, searching for cracks. I hesitated, moral conflict twisting my gut. Tell the truth, and I might drag myself down too. But Harlan's betrayal echoed. Someone better. Anger surged. The Q3 projections, I whispered, voice steadying. He insisted on inflating the revenue figures. Said it was optimistic forecasting. I pushed back, but he overruled me. Victor's jaw tightened, a subtle nod. Proof. I pulled up emails on my phone, my fingers slick with sweat. As he scrolled, tension built like a storm cloud. His breathing quickened, a vein pulsing in his temple. Leaving the cafe, wind tousling my hair, obsession gripped tighter. Victor's parting words. Stay quiet. I'll handle this. But could I? Inner thoughts raced. Fantasies of exposing Harlan publicly, watching him squirm. Doubt crept in. What if Victor was using me? Fear of repercussions gnawed, but resolve hardened. This wasn't just revenge. It was justice. I spent the afternoon digging through old files on my laptop, the screen's glow illuminating my face in the dim room. Subtle hints emerged, discrepancies I'd overlooked, buried in spreadsheets. Harlan's hidden motives crystallized. Embezzlement funneled through consulting fees. Guilt pricked, should I have seen it sooner? But no, loyalty had blinded me. Now, with Victor's call as my lever, planning began. Quiet, strategic. I'd wait, watch, let the suspense simmer. Days blurred into a haze of calculated waiting, the apartment's silence broken only by the tick of the wall clock, each second amplifying my inner turmoil. Resentment evolved into obsession. I tracked Harlan's LinkedIn, his posts boasting about team optimizations, the hypocrisy fueling my cold resolve. Moral conflict raged. Revenge felt justified, but what if it destroyed innocence? His family flashed in my mind, yet betrayal's scar throbbed. Victor called sporadically, his voice hushed over the phone. "We're auditing. Your info checks out." Each conversation heightened tension, like a fuse burning shorter. I imagined the confrontation, scripting dialogues in my head, suppressing rage to feign calm. Then the email arrived, an invitation to Apex's annual gala, as a valued alumna. Suspicion prickled, Victor's doing. The event loomed, a black-tie affair at the opulent Grand Hotel, chandeliers casting golden light over polished marble floors. The air buzzed with laughter and clinking glasses, scented with expensive perfumes and catered hors d'oeuvres. I arrived in a borrowed red dress, heart pounding against the silk fabric. Harlan spotted me first, his smile faltering, eyes narrowing like a predator sensing threat. "What are you doing here?" he hissed, pulling me aside near the bar, the bass of the live band vibrating through us. "Victor's invite," I replied coolly, though fury simmered beneath. His face paled slightly, a bead of sweat tracing his temple. "Listen about the firing. Someone better, right?" I cut in, voice laced with venom. Dialogue revealed his cracks. It wasn't personal. Pressure from above. Suppressed rage boiled as he glanced around, paranoid. Subtle foreshadowing from our past surfaced. Hints he'd dropped about creative accounting I'd ignored. Now they damned him. Victor approached, his presence commanding, drawing eyes. "Harlan, a word." The three of us stepped into a side room, the door clicking shut like a trap. Tension thickened, the air heavy with unspoken accusations. "Ms. Reyes has been helpful," Victor said evenly. Harlan's eyes darted to me, betrayal mirroring my own. His hidden motives exposed. "What the hell is this?" "The embezzlement," I said, voice steady despite the storm inside. "Those consulting fees to your brother's shell company. I have the emails." Guilt flickered in me, was this too far? But his humiliation matched mine. His face crumpling as Victor laid out the evidence. Forged signatures, siphoned funds. Harlan stammered. "It was a loan, temporary." Manipulation unraveled. His moral complexity emerged. A man driven by greed, family debts, but no excuse for discarding me. As security escorted him out, whispers rippling through the crowd, poetic justice tasted bittersweet. But the twist came later, in Victor's office the next day. Sunlight streamed through blinds, casting striped shadows. "You've earned a promotion," he said, sliding papers across the desk. Harlan's role. With a raise. Shock hit. Unexpected consequences. My revenge had paved my ascent, but doubt lingered. Had I become like him? Obsession faded into reflection, the pursuit's cost weighing heavy. Walking out, the city alive around me, resolve shifted to uneasy peace. Betrayal birthed vengeance, but victory carried its own scars, morally gray, forever etched.